Today we will apply proportional reasoning to solve problems involving indirect measurement. So for our first example here, we have a 6 foot tall, I'm going to circle that up. So I have a 6 foot tall tent standing next to a cardboard box. Cast a shadow 9 feet. And this should probably say, comma, standing next to a cardboard box, comma, cast a 9-foot shadow. If the cardboard box casts a shadow that is 6 feet long, so I have a shadow that is 6 feet long for my cardboard box, how tall is it? Meaning the cardboard box. So if I draw a picture, here's my tent, and there's its shadow. And here's my cardboard box, and its shadow. And if I notice, since I'm talking about a 6 foot tall tent, that means from here to here on the tent is 6 feet. And its shadow, right here, is 9 feet. And obviously this is not drawn to scale. And then a cardboard box has a shadow that's 6 feet. And it wants to know how tall is it, meaning the box, how tall is it? And if I look, this kind of goes back to yesterday's lesson. I have made between the shadow and the height of the box, and if I just draw a line down here, I've now made a triangle, and with this object and its shadow, if I connect them, I've made another triangle. So I have two shapes, same shape, just different lengths. So it's a similar shape. So I'm going to use a proportion to solve this problem. Knowing that I have a 6 foot tent and a 9 foot shadow for the tent, and I don't know what my box is, so I'm going to leave this blank. And the shadow on the box is 6 feet, so I'm going to first write it like this. So write that down for me, please. And now I'm going to keep it just like this and set it up as a proportion. I'm going to do my tent over the shadow, my box over its shadow. So I have tent over its shadow, so that's 6 over 9. Box over its shadow, that's x over 6. And I have a proportion because they're two similar figures. And now I'm going to do my extreme times my extreme and my mean times my mean. And I get 9 times x equals 6 times 6. And 9 times x is 9x. 6 times 6 is 36. I'm going to divide both of those by 9. 9 divided by 9 is 1, so I'm left with 1x equals 4. But remember, the question wants to know how tall is it, meaning the cardboard box. So in my sentence, the box is 4 feet tall. If you need to, pause the video to get this down. For our second problem, we have a telephone booth that is 15 feet tall, and it has a shadow that is 7 feet long. So the booth is 5 feet tall. Its shadow is 7 feet long. So again, I've got a tall and a long, so it's making like an L shape. I need to find the height of a lawn ornament's shadow, so I'm trying to find the shadow, if the lawn ornament is 4 feet. So the ornament is 4 feet. So again, a lawn ornament, I'm assuming that it's straight up and down, and then its shadow. So I have two similar shapes, they're just different lengths. I'm going to use a proportion like we did yesterday to solve this problem. So I've got my 15-foot booth, my 4-foot ornament. My 15-foot booth has a 7-foot shadow, and I don't know the shadow of my ornament. And I'm going to write those as a ratio and make it into a proportion. So I have my booth over my shadow, and it's 15 feet over 7. Ornament over its shadow, 4 over x. And again, I'm going to do my extremes times my extremes, my means times my means. 15 times x equals 7 times 4. 15 times x is 15x. 4 times 7, 28. And they're equal to each other. I'm going to divide both sides by 15, put it in the calculator. It's not a pretty number. And we get x is 1.86 repeating. But remember, the question wants to know the height of the lawn ornament shadow. So I write my sentence, the ornament shadow is 1.86 repeating feet long. Pause the video if you need to catch up with me. Now I'd like you to try the 3 problems on the back by yourself. Pause the video so you can do that, and then I'll show you the answers so you can check yours. So here's the first one. There's the second one. Sorry about that. There's the second one. There's the third one. So check your answers and see how you did. I'll see you in class tomorrow. If you have any questions, ask them tomorrow.